Good afternoon, everyone. Let's just give another minute here. I don't think we're quite at quorum yet. Sorry for the delay, everyone. We're just waiting on one more member to join, and then we'll be at quorum.
$5.57 shot.
Just bear with us for another minute, all. Sorry. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. I think, the way I understand Sergeant Lipa, you're here as the APD rep for the meeting today, rather than Captain McCosey.
Yes, that's correct. Captain
Okay.
McCosey is actually out of town.
Okay, sorry about that. I didn't realize. So we can actually go ahead and proceed then. So I will call the meeting of the tow review board to order. And the meeting minutes were provided to all of the members. Are there any changes that are needed to the minutes? If not, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
So move.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. So we just have one item on our agenda for today. And when we last met last month, we got an update from APD at the time, and they were starting to shape out what the actual towing districts are going to be looking like. So I will see if there's any updates to the progress on that map and drawing the district lines. If there's anybody from APD that can speak on that.
They're still in the process of drawing the lines. I know some of the tow companies got a little upset when they saw the maps that Captain McCosey showed last meeting. That was just a rough draft just to show that the new areas are going to be where all the tow yards are located, and that is not a final map. And we're still working on putting together the final map for all the districts.
Okay, is there any like estimated completion time on that? On when the maps, I guess, will be done, or when would be kind of a good time to call the group back together to possibly review them?
I don't know the answer to that. I'd have to contact Captain McCosey about that.
Okay, okay,
But I know I did talk to Cody, who's actually the one that's creating the map for us, and he said it is kind of close to completion. I don't know how close it'll be to actually be implemented though with our system.
okay. Well, if we're looking at scheduling meeting, we were trying to sort of schedule this time with the hopes that maybe we could get it before council before the end of the year. But if that is not the case, then I think that we're probably looking at some point into January. Would it be possible, you think, by around that time for us to look at them, or should I set, a meeting further out?
I think it should be ready by January.
Okay, because I think we'd probably be looking at like mid-January. Typically, this group meets the second Tuesday of the month on the months that we meet. And
January 14th.
yes, that would be, we can schedule a tentative time and maybe get see where we're at that point. If we need to push back a little bit further, then, we could come on quickly and reschedule. But I think that maybe that would be our best interest at this point to schedule out, to give APD some more time to continue to work on this, and come together after the new year. Anyone else have any thoughts on that?
I don't think we have much choice.
I just have a question. If the maps would get done before that January 14th meeting, could the towers, at least see them prior to that?
I think my understanding from the last meeting was, when we talked about it, this when Captain McCosey was here for the last meeting, his intent, I believe, was to send it out ahead of time so that we could review it before we come together. That way, we'd have more of a meaningful conversation. But we can get clarification on that if Sergeant here is not able to speak directly on that. I'm not sure if you're able to commit to that or not. That might be better for Captain McCosey. I just but I don't anticipate that would be an issue, since that kind of what he said he would do before our last meeting. So okay, well then let's I move to schedule our next meeting for Tuesday, January 14th, 2025 at 1:30.
Second.
All in favor of that, please say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, well, we have nothing else on our agenda. Is there anything else coming before the board?
Really quick, I just talked to Cody about the map. He said it should be ready by the end of this week, beginning of next week.
Okay.
So I don't know if you want to wait until January or if you want to schedule something maybe 2 weeks out.
I think if we're not able to get it, my personal opinion, and then if anyone feels differently, let me know. I think if we are not able to get it to council before their last meeting, and I don't know if that's kind of put, not giving a whole lot of room for error there. We would have to meet probably sometime early next week in order to even possibly get it on the agenda for council's last meeting. And I don't know if they're going to want to take time also to review that. So my opinion is if we're not able to meet that, then maybe we don't rush it, but I would open up for any other opinions on that. And I'm fine with doing whatever.
Last meeting on December 16th.
I'm sorry.
When is the last council meeting of the year?
The
December
23rd.
Oh, I thought it was on the 16th.
No, it's the 23rd.
Oh, there is a meeting on the 23rd.
There is, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, then that gives us more time than I anticipated. Okay.
No, wait a minute. I think I see, I'm looking at some, no, you're right, 16th.
Oh, the 16th. Okay, so we would and the deadline for requesting legislation would be the 11th for any new legislation. So we would have to really meet and be able to fully evaluate it on next week, like maybe the 10th. But if that's going to be too short of a turnaround, then we're kind of limited by that. So I guess we could also schedule time tentatively, and if it's not ready at that point, we can reschedule to January 14th. Thoughts on that? Does that sound? I'm sorry. Go
The
ahead.
aspect, I'm concerned as far as once we do get to review them, if there's discussion or some ideas of any change and they don't get passed, it's gonna still go on into January at that point.
So are you proposing that we meet next week or that we wait?
We can meet next week, but it might still have to go into January to be passed. So depending upon what the group looks at and feels about the aspect of the maps that do come before us.
Okay. Does next Tuesday at 1:30 work for everybody? To at least, ask, hopefully get together and possibly spend some time looking at these maps. And again, if not, then we'll probably just have to push back until after the first of the year.
Works for me.
Okay. All right. Well, then I will move to schedule a meeting next Tuesday, December 10th at 1:30. And hopefully we can get the maps by that point and be able to have a meaningful conversation and kind of keep it moving along. And if not, then we will continue our work into the new year and get it done the right way regardless. So. Okay.
All right.
You see everybody next week. Is there anything else before we adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.